Kolbrin Bible, Book 6, Book of Morals and Precepts, Chapter 29, Cheerfulness. Much of the book is to develop your moral code. Avoid using it to judge others. Kolbrin Bible, Book 6, Book of Morals and Precepts, Chapter 29, Cheerfulness. NPR 29:1. From whence does sadness come? Not from external circumstances, but from a worm within the heart. It can have no existence, but for the sustenance it saps from your own feebleness of spirit. NPR 29:2. Sorrow there will always be, for the law decrees that it is essential for the tempering of the spirit. But sorrow is another adversary to conquer and cast out. It is not something to be accepted with resignation. The greatest benefit comes from rising above it. NPR 29:18. Accept cheerfully that which cannot be altered by sadness. Thus, its burden will be lightened. The sun shines brighter for the cheerful man. NPR 29:19. Only when sorrow is truly worthy of sympathy. Only one sorrow deeply stirs the heart. Only one sorrow is magnificent in its depth, and only one sorrow is really genuine. That is the sorrow of the cheerful heart. NPR 29:22. The law is unchangeable and unchallengeable, and none but a fool rants against that which cannot be altered. Man will never find contentment until he learns to accept the law as it has been established. It governs the whole earth and his life. To live in harmony with it is to live in peace. NPR 29:23. If in your weakness and waywardness you find the burden of the law intolerable, all your lamentations and wailing will not ease the load. It will do nothing but add to your distress. The law concedes nothing to the weakness of man. NPR 29:24. The nature of man is such that it accords with the law, and therefore it is unnatural to rebel against it. Thus man can achieve nothing. He achieves nothing except the stirring up of strife within himself. Is it not better to live in peace with the natural state of affairs than to tear yourself asunder by futile rebellion? NPR 29:25. It is not in your nature to suffer the blows of misfortune without being hurt, but it is within your nature and your duty to stand up to them like a man. Worm is descriptive. It is true, however, that sadness feeds on itself, and you alone can choose how long you allow it to control you. I hate to see others in pain when I know the answer, and yet I understand that while I could talk a lot, in the end, they have a path, and they must be allowed to walk it. The best I can do is wait until they offer me a chance to speak, and even then, it is up to them to find a way to make the words make sense to them. Their perception is going to decide a lot as to how they decide to implement, or if they decide it's not even worth it. It's my actions, how I live my life, that will tell them if what I speak is even possible, but even then, they must still find a way to make it work for themselves. Each one of us, after all, is unique.